Drop them. Yeah, hit the. Yeah. Give me all of them.
We live.
We got clips.
Straight up.
We got clips.
Oh, man, very special guest in the building.
You didn't know.
Elaborate.
It go front, back, side to side, side to side. It go front, back, side to side.
St. Louis, what up?
First things first, no copy. You're never gonna find a clone. Two stepping off beat, I'm just backing up in my zone. Psychedelics activated. What took the driver so long? Been waiting.
Hey, you got Gene there today. Hey, Gene finna give it up.
Hey, Gene giving it up, bro. He already told me something wild. Girl, I'm getting anxious. He already told me something genuine wild. Feelings jumping off the page. It's the juice and the fruits. I sip it like it's contagious. Not quiet on the set, we rolling. La mama in
Elaborate,
the looking
elaborate,
just like
elaborate.
Kelly Rowland. She sped off at the light like she was driving in the
Yeah, this motherfucking goody. Flat out.
Yeah, Mississippi Nights, man.
Mississippi Nights. And it ain't out.
No. We was waiting for it because I think it was like the grand opening was like in 1973, October 17th, 1973. Mississippi Nights was open, like first grand opening night.
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't put it out this weekend. We just still sitting on it.
Still sitting on. Let me do my intro. What up? It's Elaborate. I'm your host, Matt.
Elaborate.
You know what I'm saying?
Elaborate.
I'm here with a special guest. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get my shit right. He's an artist, a father, a poet. I call him Mr. Everywhere.
I get surrounded.
Corey Black in the building.
Peace to the
Elaborate.
minds. Pro life for no life.
Straight up, man.
Poetic Justice is back, 2025.
Straight up.
Back, man. It's a lot going on. Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm telling y'all,
I'm glad you're here, man.
I'm glad I got an invite. I'm glad we wanted to sit down and chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of the podcast.
Oh, thank you,
Shouts out to Dana Christian. Shouts out to Keywan.
Oh, yeah.
Those the bros.
Straight
man.
up, yeah. Yeah, man. Hopefully it's the first of many, man.
Yeah, man. We could definitely run it
Straight up.
back, bro. I'm always down to come talk to you, dog. It's always a good environment here, man.
Yeah, man.
Stand up guy, you know what I'm saying? Respect you.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
We always having a good time. Might
Yeah.
as well keep it going.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Might as well. Keep it.
Well, what you on, man? How you been, man? How your mindset?
Man, I'm at I can't front, bro. Like the past couple of months, we've been on a run.
Mm-hmm.
Just as far as with Black Man Bill doing the New Man Tour,
Mm-hmm.
hitting up all the cities around the country with a hub. Shouts out to Los
shout out to
Angeles, Miami.
I hit
Shouts out to BNB, man, New York.
I hit the man tour, man. The man tour was dope, man.
Bro, the man circles, man, they be it's
dope.
definitely what the bros need, bro.
It's amazing how just like all these cats came from all these different states and cities and just was like, it was dope.
Yeah, man, and like just seeing a collective come together and it really being a murder of crows. Like it's really brothers flying around together, landing, eating together, breaking bread together, splitting wisdom together, feeding the young. You know what I'm saying? Like tapping into the community, giving people political education and knowledge about what's going on within their communities and how we can change it. So
Right.
like it's one thing about like even me just starting out, like this is 2020 and we had just kind of started launching the Black Men Build hubs and I was in St. Louis just like, if anything, if we don't do nothing else, let's feed the block. You know what I'm saying? Let's get outside. Let's make sure these babies got some coats on their back. Let's make sure they got some food in their stomach. Like, I could see that being an issue because that's the one thing I was seeing just with the single mothers and single fathers I know. Like, they just didn't even have enough food or enough clothes for their kids. So, just getting the opportunity to just work in that kind of realm and doing that nonprofit work outside of, like, the corporate world or brand ambassador, content creator world, like, but just really, really giving back to the community was just like something I've been just active in. So
yeah, man, you definitely do it a lot, man. I can tell you love doing it, and it's like a purpose for you.
Yeah, man, it gave me peace of mind because I just always wondered if it was gonna be somebody to come back and save me when I was a kid, and it was just never nobody. So I was like, I gotta tell these kids, hey, ain't nobody coming back to save y'all.
Yeah.
Like you might as well get it while you can now, and this is how you can get it. Like the knowledge is right here.
They got it, like for real, for real.
And they know how to steer it. Like the Alpha Generation Alpha. If you're listening out there, I know you are. As you're scrolling, stop right now and listen to this.
Their name?
Generation Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, Gen Alpha is the next. They after the millennials. My daughter, she call herself Alpha. She's 16 right now, so it's like the juniors and sophomores. Like, shouts out to the Hazelwood East and Hazelwood Central homecoming over the weekend. It's Mizzou homecoming. It's Mizzou homecoming weekend. Hey, we coming home, baby. We coming home. We coming home. I ain't go to Mizzou, so it don't. I'm just shouting out. I think they still getting beat right now. They having a home. Yeah, I ain't go to Mizzou, man.
Straight up.
I went to Mobab though. Shouts out to Mobab.
Straight up. Let's start at the beginning, man. How was growing up, man? You born and raised St. Louis?
Born and raised, man, on the west side, bro.
Okay.
I grew up off of MLK and Goodfellow.
Okay.
So just being in that part of the city and, like, I guess getting exposed to, I don't know if it was just like the dope culture or like the gang culture that was happening like in the 80s, but like it was just like, I mean, I'm the youngest of 6 boys.
Yeah.
So it's like my 6 other brothers, like, they just kind of like steered me into directions of like not going the way that they was going, because they was like in their teenage years getting exposed to the money and the easy, fast access to getting like a quick whip or whatever like that. Yeah. And they just constantly stayed on me like, hey, don't fall into this stuff, man. This ain't really where you want to go. Like, we out here we being too wild. Like, they kept telling me they was just being too wild. I'm like, what does he? Wild. And then like around the time, you know what I'm saying, you seeing 2 Live Crew, you seeing Uncle Luke. Yeah. And then they coming back home from Atlanta with Freaknik like videotapes, and I'm like in the living room watching like, Dad, this what y'all did in Atlanta? Yeah. I want to go to Atlanta. Yeah. Like, you know, I was like, why you telling me not to do this? Right. Why you telling me not to do this?
Exactly.
So growing up for me, it was like, because of that, like, my mama put me in church. Like, she made sure I stayed like either in church or in activities where I was either in like some artistic type of environment or just like some lectures, like having me just really like sit down like at the feet of the elders. Okay. Because she could tell I was just like a wild, a very, very studious young child, like constantly seeking like answers and like being like, yo, so how does this work? Yeah. And like breaking shit down and putting it back together and then making it work better. Yeah. Like, she just noticed that for me from an early age. So she was like kind of just keeping me busy, because she knew if I was bored, I was going to just be outside and just, I might jump on my bike and ride my bike to Forest Park.
Hey, we had to do that, dog.
Had to.
You
like,
trying to cross country on that thing, dog.
Man. Straight, come on. Like, I would break away. I'm like, the hood used to just be, and I mean, like, when you right there, I would just like ride my bike to the Wilson Loop. And then I'd be like, all right, this is that little KFC Taco Bell restaurant right there, when then that became London and Sons. But I remember riding my bike over there, and it was like a mural of Michael Jordan on like the side of like the beauty supply store.
The Western Loop really used to be a scene.
Man.
For real. Like,
they had a J.C. Penney over there.
It used to
be a J.C. Penney's. It used to be a Penny's over there. Yeah. In Wellston, who would have thought? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would just like ride my bike down Skinkin, and I would just see like the landscaping change the further I was going into the park. And then when I would get like to like Lindell, like where the history museum is.
Yeah. My fault. You good?
Like right around where the history museum is, I would just start seeing like those like mansions, and I'd be like, I want to get one of these one day. I want how money. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a little kid on a bike, like trying to figure out like on some Home Alone type stuff. Like, this is where Macaulay Culkin lived, probably. Like, straight up. Just fantasizing like a world like that or whatever. So I just knew it was more to St. Louis than where I was at, like on my block. I just knew it was like a bigger world. And then like all of this was happening around the time when like the DSEG program started. Yeah. So they started busing us from the west side out to Maryland Heights. So I'm just like in the DSEG program, like, hey man, y'all living like this out here. Like, I'm going back. They bricking our buses when we come back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So having like friends that was in the district that was like not black or like from another country, they was a foreign exchange student. You know, I ain't even know nothing about an orphanage. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to school with kids at the Missouri. You know what I'm saying? Orphanage. Like,
y'all used to have to get up hella early to get
man,
on the
bus. I would get up.
Because wifey was in D.C.
This is the part of my life where I'm feeling like when my daddy be like, back in my day, I used that to put my boots on and walk 13, like all that. I'm like, I feel like that. I'm like, y'all don't know what it's like to wake up at 5:30 just to get on one bus to go to get dropped off somewhere to just wait for another bus to pick you up, and hopefully that's the bus that's gonna take you to school. And then if you get on the bus that don't take you to your school, you gotta wait for the other bus that's coming to pick up the kids that got dropped off at the wrong school.
Yeah.
So now you getting to school late, and you trying to figure out a concept of tardiness. You know what I'm saying? Like they trying to institutionalize you to be on time, and they ain't even got the traffic system in St. Louis set up right, but they trying to desegregate the districts. I was growing up in the middle of this bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why I turned out like this. I'm a product of the St. Louis desegregation fucking experiment.
Straight up, yeah. Why who was DC? She stayed on Beacon and went to Parkway Central. Flat out.
You going from it's like going from Wakanda to Asgard, like
to Mayberry.
To Mayberry, right? You going from Mayberry to Manhattan, every day. Like you literally like stepping out of all of your comfort zones.
Yeah,
you putting on a code switching. I remember coming back to the crib one day. I think I probably was in 4th grade. One of my homeboys like, "Hey, boy, you starting to talk like a white boy." I'm like, "What? Because I'm pronouncing my words right." I got some pronunciation, like I'm pronouncing my words right.
Yeah,
that's white to you.
You know, you can't do that shit around here, cuz.
Man, I'm like, man, my fault, nigga. I been reading. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't trying to talk to you like you don't know shit.
Yeah.
I literally had to tell him, like, this ain't disrespecting nothing, bro. I'm like, I ain't trying to come off at you like I know you. Like,
and now that I look back, we did kind of pressure people into code switching,
man.
Because that's like. That's why, like, a lot of people in D.C. are very good at, like, why if you get on the phone with some white people and, like, you wouldn't even know
some of my homeboys, they can do it like that. What's that movie with Lakeith Stanfield?
I definitely don't know.
Sorry to Bother You.
Okay.
With Danny Glover and stuff, and you're like, it's like the well, hello, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't,
like Mr. Bean.
Yeah, the Mr. Bean. Like they really can do it.
Yeah.
I just try to speak proper. I don't know how to really put on the show. Like I can't put on the show, man.
Flat out. I think the hood definitely was thinking down on it, talking down on it.
Yeah, they ain't want you to sound too smart and lose them, because then they think you just hustling them. I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to throw you off like I know you dumb. But yeah, I know you dumb. Sorry, you telling me I'm sounding like a white boy lets me know you dumb,
man. And you don't want to pronunciate your words,
right? Like I might have to, like my father told me one time, make sure you got some handwriting that nobody can read but you.
Why they don't make these kids write in cursive, bro?
Because the Declaration of Independence is written in cursive, and they don't want the kids to know what that shit say. So again, you better have a handwriting where only you can read. You better have something cryptic out there.
Yeah.
I'm giving y'all bombs today. These ain't even clips no more. I can show you a way that you didn't know was a path.
Straight up. Damn.
That's how they try to get you, though, man, because eventually, like, it's going to turn into hieroglyphics.
Did you see Trump say he going to stop the Board of Education, bro?
Oh, he don't want nobody to learn nothing but what he want to teach you.
He said if they don't take racism out the school, we ain't going to fund them.
Oh,
I said, damn, bro. I said, boy.
You trying to stop people from teaching people about real life things.
Yeah.
While you calling the media fake is wild.
And, like, I don't believe he capping at all.
Nah, I take everything Trump say serious. I don't think Trump play about nothing.
He ain't playing about nothing.
I don't think he play about. I've been watching Trump on TV since I was a child. If it's when he was on the Apprentice. When he was on the Apprentice, I was like, I don't never want to be like that if I gotta be a manager. Like, I don't ever want to treat I remember thinking to myself, I never want to treat my employees like this dude is treating these people on this show.
Yeah.
Same way with Diddy, man.
Damn.
When I was watching I Want to Work for Diddy and he had them
Wife with that damn cheesecake.
Oh my God, making the band again. I just left. I was just at KDHX with Gene Deal, man. Like he just said, like a lot of things he wouldn't do around him because he knew he ain't tolerated. I understood exactly what he's saying because again, it's a St. Louis dude.
Yeah.
Like he get it. Like you ain't for to play around like that. But like, what's dude from New Orleans that just had the clip about he just kept seeing all the funny stuff happen with Diddy. And it's like I ain't trying to make this a Diddy drop, but it's like the reality of knowing that there are people that abuse their power.
Yeah.
And they, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I don't understand that power of like how that corruption. But again, absolute power corrupts absolutely. So yeah. When you get that much control, your vice is gonna take control of you because you want absolute power. You want to be able to try to control every single thing, every single person around you. Like you'll chase somebody down the hall in a tile for no reason, and then like
I don't understand it all, bro. Like that's crazy. Like you
again,
need. Like you all you gotta do is just walk outside.
But again, imagine Diddy running for president right now, and this is the same person that had the Vote or Die campaign.
Oh yeah.
So we in a political season. When I see people like Trump running for president, and I see what's going on with Diddy, I can only look at it like these are two distractions.
Yeah.
That's trying to keep us like eyes off of something in the world that we supposed to be focused on.
Yeah.
Like, not saying I'm trolling nobody.
Straight up.
But I know the game.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I know the game, man.
It's
I just know the game.
It's crazy. I definitely believe what the nigga saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't I just don't like how many lies Kamala like getting pulled up with. I ain't gonna cap with you. I don't believe her either.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's like I told wifey, I'm gonna vote for Kamala, but I'm not happy about it. Because Donald Trump on some wild shit, bro.
Look, I'll be 100% honest right now. I don't care if this is documented. This might put this in the archives, put this in the Smithsonian one day.
Okay.
The only reason I'm voting for Kamala Harris
in
2024 is because my daughter texted me and said, I'm not old enough to vote. Are you voting? I said no. She said, well, then can you vote for me?
Do me a solid. Hey.
That's the only reason she's getting a vote for me.
Hey, that's honorable, dog.
That's the only reason she's getting a vote for me, bro, because I wouldn't even do it otherwise.
Yeah, do me a solid.
And I'm like, I ain't for to waste it.
Yeah, do me a solid. Straight up.
I ain't even for to waste it because I'm telling you, I would not be voting this year if my daughter had not asked me. But if she that into politics,
yeah,
and she telling me that that's what I should do, I'm like, you can have my vote.
That's what I was on. I was telling my wife, like, nigga, I ain't voting because I'm good. I'm going to sit this one out.
But I'm not going to front.
But you got to. And then the more I heard about what this nigga on.
Hey, again, I'm not even, I don't mind this being documented.
Yeah.
Up until she found out that Kamala Harris was running for president. My daughter was praying to Donald Trump.
Okay.
She was on some like, Dad, every time I pray to Donald Trump, something good happens.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you baptized, you do realize this, right? You do know like what you doing.
Donald Trump. It's only the Lord.
It's only the Lord. I'm like, no, but I'm saying if I say it in Donald Trump name, it usually happens. And I was like, do you think that Donald Trump is doing this? And then she was like, well, he did become president. So she was like, yeah, the only thing that could really balance out that type of power is a black woman. She's 16. I got to follow the leaders.
It'd be so interesting to like hear their thought process.
That's how she see the world. They looking at this shit like they in a multiverse.
Yeah, like it's so crazy.
They think that this shit a game. Again, they think that the shit that's on TV and in the media is literally just on the TV and media, that it really don't affect their real life until they see it in person.
Or they see it on TikTok.
Or on TikTok. Until they
believe TikTok over everything.
That's where they get it. That's their source.
Yeah.
That's like they Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Like if they ain't seen it there, they ain't seen it at all. So I understand the object of affection. Like I know what it's like if you're looking for something, you're going to find it. Like that's what the algorithm is. Like your likings, the stuff you interested in, like Google reading all of that stuff up. They know who videos you watching, who places you commented on, like the stuff that you interested in, the things you throwing on your cart, the videos you watching, like your text message. Like they reading all of that information to make sure that you're staying engaged.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, what's a garden without a gnome? Like how you can't decorate information without something wanting to linger around and be around it and be like, this is mine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what a troll is.
Yeah.
And we not trolling, but if you're scrolling, they're trolling. People be forgetting I'm a poet, man.
Yeah, man. Straight up, man. So, damn, we've been everywhere, man. And I want to go somewhere else before I go back, but we're going to go back.
Where we taking
High
this?
school.
Pattonville, Pirates. Shouts out. Shouts out to the Pirates.
Shout out to Pattonville. I ain't mean no disrespect that you know what I'm saying, when I was talking about y'all yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Nah.
We all good, Pattonville. But yeah, man. So how was high school, man?
High school was wild, bro. Like, I was a 5-year senior. You know what I'm saying? They took my credits my senior year. I couldn't even
Straight
walk.
up?
Yeah, I had.
What happened? You was just skipping school?
Well, it wasn't I was skipping. I was just getting there late. So, like, my first 4 classes, I just could not get up early enough to get to them. Like,
You said the first 4, nigga?
yeah, I would get to school like around like lunchtime.
No, sir. Hell no. You can't tell me you was sleeping in like that, dog.
Bro, I had my schedule. So this is the thing about Pattonville. If you know how to play your cards right, you could have like a college schedule. Because I noticed how they set up like block scheduling and stuff like that. So I knew if I made my 5th hour class gym, I could just get to school for like lunch, be on a full stomach, and then probably play around and then be like ready for a nap because school for to be over at 2.
Yeah.
If I got homework and assignments, I didn't already knock them out. Even if I was getting to class late, I was turning in my assignments. I'm not about to sit in class. Y'all giving me a syllabus.
Yeah.
I'm just doing my assignments, showing up, taking the test if I need to be there. Like, I'm not for to read this whole text because I learned different.
Yeah.
And they ain't understand the way, like, my style of learning. I'm like, I'm not for to let y'all catch up to me. Y'all not for to slow me down. And then they end up taking my credits because I ain't want to be at the campus. I'm like, y'all got me. I'm low-key moved out the crib and shit. I moved out at 17.
So they took your credits?
Yeah. Like, I mean, my assistant principal called me in the office.
How did that work? How they do that, dog?
They look at your attendance, and if you got too many, like, absences in certain, like, classes or tardies or whatever, they start deducting it from your credits. So, whereas I was supposed to graduate, I think I needed, like, 22 credits or something like that, and they, like, took 3 credits. So I had to, like, they dropped me down to not have enough, so I had to come back to summer school.
How are you going to take my credits but my grades right?
Oh, my God. This was the thing with my mother. That's why she didn't want me to have, like, this was, like, while I was going through the DSAT program, my mother would be fighting my teachers. Because she was like, we would have parent-teacher conference.
Yeah.
They'd ask, is he getting enough time at home to study? Because he's not turning in his homework assignments. And that would be because I wouldn't be in class. I'm like, you giving me assignments that I'm not getting because you're not giving them to me when I'm not showing up to class.
Okay.
So then she was like, well, how is he getting these kind of grades on his homework, but he's passing all of his tests? He obviously knows the information.
Right.
So why are you giving him assignments just to lower his test scores?
Yeah.
Like that, because it would be balanced out. Like I would have like a 98% in my testing, and then I would have like a 4% in my productivity for my assignments.
Okay. So
that's what they just said. Oh, you not institutionalized enough to be here. We're going to keep you here longer.
Yeah.
5 years seniors.
Took your, that's against a lot of some type of way. Pattonville on some bullshit.
No, not in the state of Missouri. Not in the state of Missouri in the year 2000. I just know this is how it was in the year 2000. That's like, that was the reason my assistant principal told me why she was taking my credits.
Man, I don't know.
Because of my attendance.
They couldn't take my credits, nigga. I was struggling to get them motherfuckers.
Oh, man.
Flat out. Shout out to Tri-A. I know y'all ain't there no more, but yeah, I had to go to night school at Tri-A whole senior year, nigga.
Oh, man.
Straight up.
They cut me a little deal. They said I just had to come back from summer
he
school.
said they cut me a little deal.
Yeah, they said I just come back for summer school. I'm like, man, y'all wildin', man. And then even when I did walk across the stage to get my diploma, I slapped the whole board of education across their face.
Straight up?
Yeah, real talk, like on some mafia style. Like, yeah, you thought I wasn't gonna do it, huh? What did I tell you, huh? You thought I wasn't gonna do it. And now Harlem Shake, they said don't do any celebrations. I was Harlem shaking. Like, my daughter mama was at the end of the stage with some flowers for me. Like, shout out to Pattonville, class of 2000, class of 2001. I was the mascot at Pattonville. I was Pete the Pirate.
And nigga, you was the mascot?
I was the mascot, bro.
The mascot.
Shout out to the cheerleaders. Shout out to the cheerleaders at Pattonville and the pep squad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that boy. He got school spirit, don't he?
He's spirit.
Straight up.
It's like when you the spirit of St. You know what I'm saying? In St. Louis, if you got spirit, people love to hear it. Like
Yeah.
people, this is a baseball town. I was born in '82,
Mm-hmm.
so I was born the year where we won the World Series.
Okay.
I came in, we won the World Series October 17th, 1982.
Okay.
Shouts out to the Redbirds.
Okay.
So my whole life, my dad telling me like, yeah, I was putting so much money on the Cardinals because you was my good luck charm.
Yeah.
Like I grew up like thinking like that. So I'm like, oh, it's got to be a spirit in the city if I'm in it. Like what else I'm doing? And then I'm seeing the Rams come here after the like Cardinals leave, and I'm seeing Nelly pop. I'm watching the Rams win the Super Bowl. I'm watching Jaquan pop. I'm watching Ebony Oz. I'm watching Huey. I'm watching. You know, I'm seeing the evolution of St. Louis happen. I'm going to Saints to the lock-in. I'm going to the Palace. So
okay.
I was just having fun as a kid. Like that, it wasn't really it was nothing to do but go down to the riverfront and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes to just ride out like to Creve Court Park on Sunday or go to Inca Hoops on a Sunday night.
See,
like,
that's what I'm saying. See, you niggas
y'all don't know about teenage.
You don't know.
Y'all don't know.
You don't know about looking in the car for a pen before you go inside.
Come on, man. You gotta have a pen and look. What I used to do was go straight to the ticket. I would just keep a ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Write my number on the ticket.
Yeah.
If I couldn't get to it when it was time to get to it, I'm like, hey, here go a ticket to heaven. That's what the type of game we was playing. And y'all want me to fuck around and come out here? Hold up.
Straight up. We was getting lapped up.
Hey, the lion cage in the party room at Saints with a tennis skirt on and some ball socks with the Reebok Classic. Y'all will never know. With the princesses.
Yeah, and the Attabees. Me and Deuce Easy was just talking about that. Like, that was the time. Flat out. with the Attabees, nigga.
With the Attabees and the herringbone.
With the Dookie braids.
With the Dookie braids and the door knockers, dog, the bamboo. Oh, my God. They don't even make them like that no more.
No.
That era just,
man.
It was a stamp. Like, you had to be there.
Man, that was an era, dog. Straight up, dog.
That was the era of, like, me. I think that was when I started realizing I probably had, like, some poetry in me because I started finding my voice. Like, when I was 16, 17, growing up at Pattonville, like being in the library, like skipping class some days and just being in the library because I just needed to I needed to learn like in a cubicle, if that makes sense. Like I ain't need to sit in the classroom because
you like isolation.
I was always an ILC if I'm being honest.
Damn, it's straight up. Oh shit. Straight up.
They was trying to institutionalize me. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I was really going through it, bro. Like
they saw
I wasn't no bad kid, but I knew I had a smart mouth. I knew if like some bullshit was going on, I wasn't really playing. I had a very short attention span. I wasn't like on no Ritalin or no shit like that. Like I ain't like no bad ADHD, but I was definitely like calling the bullshit out because I knew I was reading the shit that we was learning. I'm like, hey, what about this though?
Yeah.
And then I would get into it with my teachers, and they would send me to the principal office, and I'd be down in ILC for 3 days. I'd come back. I'm like, just give me my homework, man. Like, I ain't got to see y'all for real. Like, I could do this. You ain't teaching me nothing in here. Like, and I was just really like that because they was really trying to make us feel like we was dumb and shit. I'm like, nah, we fucking tired. It's early. We kids.
And I think a lot of people, well, I ain't gonna say a lot, but I think some other people probably had that experience in DC.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one. Like, again, you got to imagine just waking up like 4:30, 4:45, 5 o'clock every day as a kid just to get up, to get on the bus, to get on the bus. And that's when it used to be. It used to be
real cold. Like right now, it's October. It would be cold as fuck right now back in the day. Like it'd be damn near flurries falling right now.
Just standing on the bus stop, bro, and then you being up doing homework all night on top of that.
Yeah.
So you just trying to like, fuck, I'm sleeping in. Like,
and there wasn't no laptops. We had to carry textbooks in the book bag, nigga.
That's when the backpack was for real. You wasn't carrying your goddamn Stanley in it, yo. Y'all,
this day,
we had books in our book bags, yo.
Books,
and they were not a laptop, but like a for real book,
a textbook,
and
300 pages, nigga.
Come on, man.
Straight up. So it's basically okay. So it's safe to say, high school, you was in Rage Against the Machine mode.
No, I ain't gonna front. I was in Machiavelli mode in 96, 97, man. I was listening to Tupac like it was the Lord himself talking to us and telling us what we needed to do to get up out the hood.
Has anybody else came out as far as like a hip hop figure that you feel like you could feel like you felt with Pac? Because I don't think so. I don't.
You mean since Pac or before Pac?
Since Pac. I don't think so, man. Like, I really don't feel. Pac made you feel, dog, like
ain't nobody ever.
That's a one in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, it was like I think it was just because I was just seeing it. Like I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was just seeing like this 20-year-old. To me, what I thought in my mind was the epitome of what I thought a grown man was supposed to be. Like I didn't realize how young Pac was when I was a kid, but I'm like, okay, yeah, when I get grown, I got to act like Pac. Yeah. And I remember like watching like Different World one time. And it was the scene where like he had pulled up on Jada and like, you know what I'm saying, the school. Like I'm like, okay, this is what it's gonna be like when I'm getting old and I'm trying to get up out of this shit that we in on the West Side. And I'm trying to find like some higher learning and I'm dealing with emotions because I'm listening to this dude's story, but I'm still seeing it. Like I'm like, even though this is at a time where I ain't realized he went to school in Baltimore with Jada Pinkett and he wrote her love letters and he ain't had no book out. You know what I'm saying? The rose that came out the concrete wasn't, you know, I ain't know nothing about this. I'm just watching this dude. I'm like, this is the same dude that's for to be kissing Janet Jackson. Like he living the kind of life in my mind that when I get older, like, yeah, I kind of want to just make sure I'm on the path that he on. If his mama a Black Panther, like, she gotta have taught him something. If this dude is the one that's out here making these kind of records, working with Dre, working with Snoop, like doing movies on TV, like I just didn't really see no other rap artists doing it like that on any level. I ain't seen this since. I ain't seen it in Jay and Hov, like when Jay-Z kind of like became Blueprint Hov. Yeah. Like to me, that's when he became Hov. Like I'm like, I don't know why I'm calling him Hov, but this dude sound like some God shit that he's saying. And that was the only kind of comparison. But I still knew that like I can still just hear the echoing of Pac saying, fuck Jay-Z. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like, I'll ride for a dude that it can even spot out the dudes that's gonna be the dudes in the future. Yeah. He's just busting at the future niggas. And then it's like, I don't know, like, it just made me feel like at that time of like, I saw the world kind of turning him into a messiah. It made me feel like this is probably what happened when Jesus died, like how the people rang out and said like, yo, one of ours has been gunned, like killed down, or they got him, like everybody was just saying like, cause he just took 5 before they really like killed him, like after 7 days after he got shot. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like we was hoping he was gonna live after the first set of shit. We knew that nigga Pac wasn't gonna die. We just thought he wasn't. It wasn't no way.
It wasn't no question Pac was gonna die.
I just was like, like
I think that's what hurt more too. Like
that's what hurt the most.
Was gonna die. Like everybody thought. It never crossed our mind.
It didn't even.
That this nigga was not finna get out.
I remember waking up. It was Kurt Loder coming on MTV News, and he was saying, because again, it's like a couple of days before my birthday in September. Because he died on a Friday the 13th. And I just remember like, whoa. And I remember going to like, I remember straight going to school that Friday at Pattonville and everybody was just like, yeah, man.
It was a very sad day.
He gone. And I remember like, they was talking about they had seen dudes pouring out Hennessy and like Pac and like Newports for Pac and shit, like making shrines. I was like, they making shrines for dude? Like I couldn't even believe it. Yeah. But they was like kind of straight instant altars, and I ain't seen the rapper like I ain't not saying that started what to me has become the trend of violence in hip hop. Of seeing artists getting gunned down like that and like their lives being taken and it being something either because of the industry or the music or the emotions that come behind men talking about how they feel. Yeah. And it's like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's kind of dangerous to be an MC.
Straight up. Okay, so
we got segues. Believe it or not, this is being powered by Crow Life Productions. We outside. Okay. Urban Access TV. I'm with Mac, man. We come on.
Yeah, we do.
Elaborate.
This.
You want me to elaborate?
Elaborate.
I will elaborate on what the fuck I'm talking about.
So poetry, man. You said you found your voice in high school, and the cubicle, being isolated, helped you.
Yeah, man.
Really channel that energy.
It just gave me time to journal and write.
Yeah. So that's how it started? You just started just journaling?
Just journaling, bro. Like just finding a way to say the things that I wanted to tell people without saying it to them.
Okay.
And then just reading back the shit that I would say, I'm like, damn, this shit crazy. Like, oh, why the fuck do I talk like? You know what I'm saying? Like, really seeing my words, because my mom kept telling me, yeah, you write the vision and make it plain.
Yeah.
Like, if you could see what you're saying, you're going to see what you're saying, and then you need to know if you really need to say it.
Okay.
So it's your truest form of yourself. It's almost like getting a blank canvas. And just if you got, like, an artistic skill, you could just, like, splurt. Like, come on, like, Keondae, come on, man.
Yeah. Art.
It's art. It's art,
Yeah.
bro. Like, and as an artist, it's just like I gotta look at what's gonna be my brush, and what's gonna be my canvas, and what's is it gonna be a pen stroke or is it gonna be a knife stroke? You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna be something violent like a lash with my tongue? You know what I'm saying? Or is it gonna be something that I could put down that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, when the ink dry, it's gonna make a dent.
Okay.
Into some shit. Like it might hit your pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like I can write some shit out that might flatten your fucking account because you got to pay for shit because the words is right in the contract. So now you got to cash me out because you didn't sign an NDA and you wanted to use my likeness and image on my story and you forgot that niggas had their paperwork right. So now we got to go with the fact that we outside.
Hey, we outside.
And it's cool, but it's like, again, you ain't got to hit the legalities of just what you can do with your pen, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's all written on the ledger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You write on within the lines, you know what I'm saying? So if you scribbling just shit and people like reading it don't make sense, they gonna wonder what the fuck is you even write this shit down for?
Yeah.
Which I guess is why you have to elaborate.
Yeah, straight up.
Elaborate.
All day.
Elaborate.
So how do you so does it just come from how you feel?
Nah, it's just me coming, just being aware.
Okay.
Like I'm talking out of emotion, but I'm still being like present.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not necessarily how I feel and what I feel. It's just like
you might see something.
This is just what the energy is. I'm letting the energy around me speak.
Yeah, you might see something that might trigger these words to come through.
Right. Or it might just spark something that I've already seen, or something that like look familiar to me, or like
something that comes in numbers.
Not even in numbers, but mostly like just like, again, it's like kind of cartoonish, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's almost looking like calligraphy or Japanese handwrite, you know, like a symbol, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these palms, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got a design to them, you know what I'm saying? They grow in a certain way. Mm-hmm. You give them a certain name when they look a certain thing. That's why I got a pet fish.
You got a pet fish?
I got a pet fish, bro.
What's your fish name?
Clout the trout.
Oh shit! Oh, this nigga crazy. Oh man, he said Clout the trout.
They fishing for clout.
Yeah, it's straight up, dog. It's straight up. So, how many boards and how many like companies are you involved in, dog? It's like you got stock everywhere in the loop. Man. How are you everywhere on like you everywhere?
It's making myself accessible without spreading myself too thin.
Okay.
Like it's having just certain relationships with people, like certain partnerships. Like just a lot of times, I think the industry is so scarce in the city that if you got talent and people are looking for talent, they kind of they want to be the first to know about it. You know what I'm saying? Like we got that cliquish mentality in St. Louis where if we want to be the first one with it, and we want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like we want to be part of the in crowd that know what's going on and be hip with it. Yeah. So we don't look like we lame and shit or left out. Yeah. Like at least that's how I feel growing up. Like I grew up dusty as shit, so don't nothing impress me. And growing up, I used to just get flamed so much that I just knew niggas could roast me here. Yeah. So I just never felt like I needed to do too much to feel like I know these niggas gonna roast me one way or another and shit. It's like I'm just dealing with St. Louis personalities. Like
it definitely like built a certain armor around us in those days, like because niggas would go ham on you.
Oh, bro, getting on that bus, bro. I remember one morning, man.
Like they'd go ham on fresh niggas. Like it wasn't no perspective of person.
It didn't even matter. Yeah.
I done seen pretty girls cry. I done seen fresh niggas like get teary eyed. I done seen fights. I done seen everything.
You could have been the freshest. I done seen the freshest dude in the school get flamed because he thought he could rap.
Yeah.
And they had a cipher going on at lunchroom. And he just thought he had bars. I ain't never seen dude get straight. I'm like, Dad, y'all unleashing like this?
Yeah.
Like,
y'all had the pen in the corner.
He said, you got to know I'm a beast, man. You don't even know where you going, but you still rocking Eastlands.
First of all, nigga, don't you ever diss Eastlands, nigga. Straight up, nigga.
He said, you know I'm a beast, man. Yeah, you don't even know where you going, and you still rocking Eastlands.
Yeah, nigga, you tripping, nigga. Don't diss the Eastlands, nigga.
Y'all don't know about no Eastlands,
boy.
Yeah,
turn your sock red or green.
Oh, depending on,
hey. They came in colors, flat out.
That maroon, that white sock with that maroon tip on the knuckle of the toe.
Yeah.
Can never get them out.
With an Eddie Bauer book bag, nigga?
Oh
my God.
Stop.
Y'all niggas don't know what fresh is, dog.
You would never know what dealers feel like for real. Jay Riggins, man,
you
alive.
feel me? What?
Come on, man.
They don't know, man. Straight up.
It was a different era.
Developing relationships.
Yeah, just being around people with good connections in the city that kind of on the same trajectory, or I guess it's the same plan that I'm on. Like everybody kind of got their own goals and agendas that they own. I mean, yeah, we all working to our own internal building and as well as in community.
Yeah.
But I just know for me, like personally, when I came back home out of the Marines, I just said to myself, like, I want to get involved with what's going on with the music and the poetry in the city. Because I was just seeing it when I was going, when I was overseas or when I was in Camp Pendleton. Like, I just kept.
Do you have poetry from overseas that you wrote?
Well, see, the thing is, the stuff that I started writing, I really didn't start writing poetry that I was keeping until maybe 2006, 2007. Like when I started journaling in like the Marine, like my last deployment was like those journals, like I kept them.
Yeah.
So it's like those are the only ones I still got that like got saved from like out of the storage or like out of the divorce or whatever. So that was the stuff that like I went back and recorded in like 2008. So that's when I started taking it all serious. Like I was just like, okay, let me get to the pen. My boys was just hyping me up. Like we all had just came back home from deployment. We was like, yo, we finna start a record label. We know you can spit. We want to make you the artist. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, let me take it a little bit more serious. But I'm gonna go back to the crib first, because again, I'm out in Pendleton.
Yeah,
California different, like LA different. Like for me, trying to pop out there before I pop in St. Louis just didn't make no sense. If I'm from St. Louis and I got a fan base, or at least not nothing else, a family here.
Yeah,
like I could come back and let my family know this is what I'm doing and just make it a family business, because that's how I grew up. Like my first job for real was working at the Pasta House, and my brother was a general manager.
R.I.P. to the Pasta House.
R.I.P. to the Pasta House at Northwest Plaza, man.
That shit was nasty as fuck.
Right by the tilt. Them raviolis would have choked you.
What?
Them raviolis would have choked you, bro.
What? Pasta House was trash, man.
Man.
R.I.P. to them niggas. Like, they used to put real tomato sauce on the noodles. Like, fam, what the hell is this? There ain't no sugar in this shit.
Yo, when I was working at Pasta House, I realized then and there that as long as you tell people you got a secret recipe, you ain't never got to sell them no secrets. And it's the Italian thing. You're like, I ain't not trying to be like, because for real, it is like the mob ties and all that. I don't talk about that, but let's be for real. We in St. Louis, the Hill, like Yogi Berra, like that Italian stuff is here. You know what I'm saying? Like we got communities of Ukrainians here. We got communities of Bosnians here. Like, I'm pretty sure the cartel know what's going on. If Chapo, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all connected in our own peoples and our own terrain. So I never put it past of like me working in an Italian restaurant at 15 and then me watching like Godfather, like Goodfellas, and then tying those two worlds together. Like, oh, I ain't trying to end up like Spider.
It's straight up. It's straight up, dog.
I ain't trying to end up like Spider. You got me messed up.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me. Like, I'm very intrigued by like how much dope was coming through St. Louis in the late 80s and the early 90s. Like, I love watching niggas do podcasts and interviews about this shit coming through the Lou. I'll be like, damn.
If you only knew.
If you only knew. Like my nigga, I was watching the Cosby Show, bro. I never know y'all was moving tons.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, my older brothers, like, not even to, like, throw them out there, but I remember them niggas telling me, like, man, don't even stay away from this shit. They was just real adamant about don't even fuck with this shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I just never wanted to touch it.
Yeah.
Just never saw no reason. And they would just tell me, like, other ways of hustling and making money. And then again, I mean, I was shining shoes, sweeping up the hair at the barbershop just to get a little bit of bread, to get a little Turkish, or, you know what I'm saying? Again, the little shit we was buying, some fucking Cool Water cologne, or was trying to get, like, save up for some Dion's or something. We was doing Operation Brightside over the summer. We was outside just trying to figure out how we could make some money without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
So the older I got, the more I realized, oh, they cleaning they fucking dirty money. Like, I ain't realize it took dirty money to even start the shit.
Yeah.
But again, depending on your work ethics and your ties and what you do and how you do business, where you plant the seed definitely is going to determine on what kind of fruit grows up out of that motherfucker.
Yeah, and that goes to music too. Like, wasn't nobody gonna pop in music back in the day if it wasn't no drug money behind them.
And again, not even that, but just the hustling mentality. Like, you look at Hov, for example.
Yeah.
Like how Hov constantly say, like, he used to be a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And then he ended up becoming what he is now because he just flipped the game. So if that's Hov, if that's the blueprint, that's going to already kind of offset the school to prison pipeline of all the boys out in the street that's just trying to figure out how to break down the hustle without doing it the way that they know how to do it because they OG done taught them how to crash out hella early and shit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you need to throw in the blueprint real quick, turn the shit off that you listening to, grab a couple of jewels, and then flip that mindset of what you trying to do for that scamming ass buck.
Yeah.
And go wash your money before they start hit you for money laundering.
Yeah. I mean, but I believe that's because the OGs are gone.
And that's what it is. There ain't nobody teaching them the game.
The OGs in the hood now are like 20-year-olds.
Facts.
And they promoting the crash out.
That's
like
what
I'm
saying. They pushing them.
Back in the day, OGs, nigga, they was nigga 40s, nigga, 30s, 39, 40, 50. And they gonna tell you, nigga, like you said, this ain't what you want to do.
I'm tell you like this, one of my, I don't know if you call it an OG or a mentor, but I just know, like, I was going to the community center because it was a community center down the street from my crib when I was growing up. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't really trying to be outside unless I had to be outside. Mm-hmm. But I just knew for anything, I could be, shout out to DJ Sir Thorough. Sir Thorough was doing AV, audio visual courses, DJing courses for the kids.
Straight
when I was
up?
He was coming to the community center teaching us how to DJ, how to work cameras and shit. This back in the 90s, you know what I'm saying?
What was this at Woes?
No, this at Martin Luther King Community Center.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's over on the west side. It's an urban league now.
Okay.
But that motherfucker was right down the street from my neighbor, like my crib, and like that block in my neighborhood was just like the hub. Like, I remember Joe Torre grandparents living around the corner. So I'd always see like Joe and Guy Torre and shit going to fucking Funny Bone with my brother because he was doing stand up back then. Yeah. So I was just watching all of this shit happening. Shit. I don't even want to get into like, never mind. We ain't talking about that on this. We ain't talking about that on this.
Straight
we
up.
Gonna say that shit for later. But a lot, if you go up on the west side, you already know, like U City, like all of those areas over there, like Eastgate, Westgate, like those areas had a lot of conflicted of interest. Like, I remember seeing Nelly like on our block sometimes because somebody down the street, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like, I remember him being like very present in U City and on the west side and at Saints. And you know what I'm saying? Like, chicks going to, like, I remember like kind of seeing it and being like, man, I hope these dudes make it, man. They moving, like, as a kid, fascinated by it and shit. And then seeing them on MTV or like TRL.
Yeah, that shit
like,
was like, no way.
Man,
that shit was like,
it was
no
unbelievable,
way.
bro.
It was like, no way,
it was unbelievable. And like, I wasn't sure about how Nelly got that money, but I still know, I knew what my brothers was doing and I knew what that generation of them was doing at the time. Yeah. So I could only put 2 and 2 together, but it was just like, they ain't out here hurting nobody, and these niggas making it clean. Yeah. Can't be mad at them.
And it's hard.
It's hard, bro. Like, I'll never forget.
Like the parties around that time, nigga.
Bruh.
Oh my God. It was going down.
Some of y'all been trying to write rhymes for years. These weak ideas irritating my ears. Man. This is the best that you can make. And if not, If you got more, then I'll wait. But don't let me wait too long, because I'm going to move on the dance floor till they put something new on and turn up the bass. It's better when it's loud.
Hey.
Because I like to move the crowd. See, I'm on my way to the store. Shirt polo, Gore-Tex Figaro, Jeans Hill Figaro Star. Hey, shout out to the Ticks. I'm telling you, I was bumping that shit.
Yeah, dog.
I ain't gonna front, man. I thought I was just like in the middle of what I guess I could consider what the Wu-Tang Clan was doing in New York.
Yeah.
Like it felt like they was like the Ticks was just in motion.
Yeah, that was that first group that like you couldn't ride
going to the Ambassador, bro.
You couldn't ride in the St. Louis street without hearing
it was impossible.
The Lunatics. You was gonna hear them everywhere. Everywhere.
Everywhere.
White people, black people, old people, young people, you was gonna hear the Ticks.
Bro, I'll never forget they had the TRL tour where like Destiny's Child was the headline and the Lunatics was there. And we was pulling up to Riverport. This one it was shout out to Hollywood Casino.
I know what you're talking about.
It used to be Riverport.
Sitting on the grass ass
nigga. Bro, on the lawn, bro.
Yeah, on the lawn.
Lawn tight.
Yeah.
The lawn was lit.
Yeah.
This when the lawn was lit.
Yeah, that's when I used to be in love with Beyonce and shit.
Oh, we pulled up. Man, I had Beyonce posters on it. I had Destiny's Child's posters all on my locker, bro. You open up my locker, you would have thought you saw a Savage, bro. I was obsessed, man. I was
infatuated.
Oh, my. We ain't seen nothing like it up until, like, that. If in my mind, I'm like, that's probably what Diana Ross was going through.
Yeah.
Like, how they said Michael Jackson was obsessed with Diana Ross, that's probably how I was for Beyonce.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, yeah, I'm going out here to see Destiny's Child. Like, it's cool that the Lunatics out here, but I remember us pulling up, and I'll never forget seeing these white people from, like, Farmington. They said we came all the way from Farmington to see Nelly. I was like, damn.
Yeah. Hey, that nigga had motion, bro.
Motion. They was when they came out on the ATVs on the stage. I was like, oh, this the best part of the show.
That's why,
man, Destiny's Child. Hey, no disrespect to Kelly Rowland.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Beyonce Knowles. No disrespect to Michelle Williams.
She did trip and then won awards, so she almost bust her ass.
She did.
We give you
but I'm gonna let
pass,
y'all know. I'm gonna let y'all know. That TRL tour, the Lunatics was kind of showing y'all up a little bit. Like they was kind of putting on. For hip hop, like they was like if they doing this in St. Louis and they on a roll like this, the loop up.
Yeah, it got to be crazy.
It got to be crazy out of town. If this is how it is in St. Louis, I couldn't even imagine it out of town.
Yeah, dog.
So yeah,
that's why I can't wait till y'all make this new album. I'm waiting on it.
Oh yeah,
please. That shit gonna be hard.
If J.E. on the beats, they bring that country grammar swag that
just give me 2 Metros, give me 2 Chopper Squads, but. Yeah, make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Marines, what year you go to the Marines, man?
Man, I enlisted in 2002.
Okay.
So it was basically like right after 9/11.
Okay. Damn. Okay, so take me to the Marines. You leaving? You packed up? They got you on the bus or you on the plane?
No,
Where you go to basic training at?
I went to basics out in MCRD San Diego.
Okay.
So. Shouts out Semper Fidelis, all the Marine Corps veterans out there, still out here.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, Veterans Day coming up. You know what I'm saying? Veterans Day coming up. Marine Corps birthday coming up, man. Yeah, like.
Y'all niggas did that.
I actually went out, like, it was so wild, bro, because, again, I'm working at Pasta House. I'm chilling. It's Mother's Day. Sunday, you know, I'm in there getting paid, bro, waiting tables. I'm in there getting paid.
Tips is flowing.
Tips.
10 people at the table.
So I'm gonna put y'all up. I'm just, again, we just being transparent. It's just elaborate. I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown of how I became what this is happening right now.
Okay.
So I'm waiting tables. It's like, I think mothers eat free on Mother's Day. So they giving all the mothers free bowls of spaghetti. But you gotta have like somebody buying, like the whole family's coming out for the mom. So all my tables is like, I'm like, party of 6, party of 8, party of 7, like, and they all tipping big because they taking their moms out. You know what I'm saying? It's Northwest Plaza. They about to go to a movie. They about to have the kids down in Tilt. I'm in there getting paid, and one of these motherfucking Marines.
What'd he say?
Tipped me about $100.
Oh, damn.
and he gave me his business card.
If you wondering why that's big, because niggas wasn't giving out $100 back then. $100 was a lot of fucking money back then.
This is 2002.
$100 a lot of money. You can get you a CD player.
I'm working all day just to make $100 a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So soon as he tipped me in my mind, I'm like, I'm for the call, I'm for the go, man. I'm about to ball. His mama's down for the go. I'm for the go. Hit my mom up.
Yeah, family emergency.
But again, my brother, the general manager.
Right.
So he already know. Hey, your mama know you working. You good? He got me on the clock.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to put nobody else on. Bro, he ain't trying to put nobody else on the floor.
He know you finna eat. He like, nigga, you finna make bread today.
I got the whole section, and he know I'm able to handle like the whole half of the restaurant.
Right.
So I ain't even having no problems. I'm getting my orders in like I'm moving. They can't even. I know this dude probably couldn't even believe what he was seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm just running the whole fucking restaurant damn near at 19.
How much money did you make that day?
I'll never forget, dog. I'll never forget, dog.
He said, I'll never forget, dog.
I made $830 that day, dog.
Nigga.
I made $830
in
on
one day?
Mother's Day at Pasta House in Northwest Plaza.
What?
Waiting tables, bro.
You was always making good money. If you was working at the one in Northwest,
It didn't make no sense. That's why, again, this is why I wasn't trying to go to school.
shout out to Harold and Penny too, man.
Shout out to Harold Pennis, man. Can I get a koozie Can I get a koozie endorsement, please?
Let me get an Avirex out this thing, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was looking at, I want to get the first down coat, man. I can't find them. They only on eBay, but I'm going to order me one.
Them South Poles, them First Downs.
Yeah.
The North Faces, them Averexes.
Oh, man, them Averexes, dog. Them motherfuckers used to be so hard, man.
But nah, he give me his card when he leave his card on the tip, and then like when I open it up, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I see he got like he had like a little Mason symbol and like a USMC symbol. Like he had all these symbols on this card. I'm like, see what bro talking about. Cause again, first of all, if I'm being all the way honest, his family was cool. Like I had never seen a black family like this before. But the fact that I didn't even think that he was for to be the one to pay, that was kind of like made me want to even. I'm like, I know a good mentor when I see one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, let me holler at bro, see if he want like see what he talking about. Cause he obviously talking about business. Boom, soon as I go to I leave work, I go home. I'm like, I ain't going to no damn recruiter office. Man, this thing got me fucked up. I made $130 today. Yeah. Like I'm up right now.
Yeah, I'm up.
I'm like, what you talking about, man? For to buy me.
I'm definitely up, nigga.
But the next day, went back to work. Monday morning. A whole nother recruiter walking up through the parking lot in the mall, straight to me. I'm in the park. I'm like on the patio, setting up the patio, like by the movie theater. And I see the recruiter like beelining them. He coming straight to me. And he was like, yo, you Corey? And I'm like,
they was lining you up, dog.
No, I was like, see, here you go.
That was like, he gonna work. He good people.
Not only was that, see, and were you thinking they lining me up? In my mind, I'm being such. It's early. I got a pocket full of money.
Mm-hmm.
It's early. I'm back at work. I ain't even tripping over the little money I made yesterday.
Right.
You walking up to me telling me I'm Corey, my dumb ass young ego. I'm like, oh shit, they teach y'all how to read too? Because I got a whole name tag that say Corey. So you walking up to me telling me is you Corey? Like I'm like, yeah, they taught y'all how to read too? Yeah, I'm Corey. What's up? Because I already made up my mind. I ain't
rocking with it.
I done seen them do it to my brother. Like, I done seen recruiters come to the crib my whole life to try to recruit my brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I grew up watching that shit, knowing like how they for to play this shit. And then he just got me with just come by the office, man. If you just come by the office and talk, that's all you really need to do.
Okay.
And I got to that office.
Yeah.
And they started talking to me about money.
That they gonna get you with that bonus and that
Boy, them benefits and them bonuses and the per diems and I just
when
started.
You get out, you still get paid.
When you get out, they started hitting me with all that. I'm like, this sound good, man.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think y'all for to kill us.
I like being outside.
I kind of like my freedom a little bit, yo.
I like being outside, like.
And again, like, shout out, rest in peace to my uncle Addison. Rest in peace to my uncle Ashley. They both served. My uncle Addison, he did 20 years in the Air Force. My uncle Ashley, he did
20 years in the Air Force.
20 years in the Air Force.
Man.
My mama named me after this dude.
Man.
we both share the same middle name. So I kind of went to him for some guidance when they, like, the recruiters started press, because again, they was looking for the 18, 19-year-old dudes right around 2001, 2002. Like, I was perfect for the picking. Then they was scaring us with the selective services shit, saying they afraid to start the draft. So I'm thinking, like, man. Then I just voted. I voted for the nigga they said Florida won. And then I got Bush. So I'm like, man, they for the killer. I'm watching the plane stop on the fucking September 11th. I'm like, man, they for the killers. I ain't got no stick out here for real.
Oh, yeah.
And these niggas come talking about, well, you know, we'll teach y'all to shoot every fucking gun on the world.
That sounded fun.
When they said that, that shit sounded fun as a motherfucker. And I was like, man, if anything, I just want to drive some shit.
Yeah.
Once I started talking about driving, this nigga, I don't know if I had a glimmer in my eye, but he was like, oh, you're going to love this. Hit me with that.
Straight up. He like, got him. I'm finna hit him with it. Straight up.
To school to get all of your licenses, it's in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. So you'll be right back at home.
Yeah.
That sound good.
I'm down the street, cuz.
I'm down the street. I'm up the block.
Yeah, I'm up the block.
I'm up the block at that point. So now I'm like, man, let me go back and talk to my uncle, see what's going on for real.
Right.
So I sit down with my uncles. They was like, well, you ain't no bitch.
Okay.
So if you want to die for this shit, go die for it.
Damn, that's how he said it.
And he said.
And you went?
He said, just know they gonna bury you in Jefferson Barracks.
That motherfucker nice.
He said,
condolences to everybody who lost somebody. I'm not trying to but I done been, and it's the most well-kept cemetery I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Yo.
Like, if I could get buried there just off GP, like, if I could pay $100,000 to get buried there, like, go ahead, put me there, bro. That mother dog, like, oh my God.
When he told me they gonna bury you with Jefferson Barracks anyway, so you might as well live your life, because you got a resting place.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, this what y'all do this shit for? A resting place? Say less. Let's live it up. Because, again, I'm 19. I don't know no better. I'm like, they talking about legacy and, like, leaving shit behind. I'm watching my brother. He's 17. He got my niece, 1 year old. She about to be 2.
Yeah.
So I'm just like a kid. Like, man, this shit moving fast. Yeah, let me go get my shit together. I'm like, I'm getting a crib. I married my high school sweetheart. I just started setting up for my fucking death at 22. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just thinking, like, this shit for the end. Once this next deployment gonna be the last one. Like, in my mind, that's what I'm thinking. I ain't for to come back home from this shit.
Right.
So living through it, getting through it, coming back to the crib, going through therapy, going through, like, just counseling, like, just getting back on track, transitioning to the civilian world, like, going back to the goals I had before. Like, I even decided to sign up when I was still 17, 18. I'm like, yeah, let me get back to my pen.
Yeah.
Found the fucking journal, went to the studio. Like.
So where did you deported to?
I ain't get deported. I got deployed.
Deployed, my bad.
Well, my first duty station was in Okinawa, Japan. Okay. So I was stationed in Japan for a year.
That was fly, huh? You was like, oh my God, this is different.
The toilet spin backwards when you flush it, bro. It spin like that, threw me off the first time. Then I don't speak Japanese for real, so I'm outside, not knowing what none of this, trying to Americanize all of this shit.
Yeah, and ain't nothing America about this shit.
It's like almost like it's like being in Hawaii on steroids, if that makes sense. Because, like, it's like all them Asian Pacific islands, they kind of just, like, ran by, like, to me, what it feels like the same type of culture. Okay. Like that Asian Pacific island, like the Womanians, the Samoans, you know what I'm saying? Like the Japanese, the Philippines, like that shit all feel like it's one big culture on that side, on the east, as far as like the Far East. Okay. So I had kind of grew up watching like samurai movies and, you know what I'm saying, like kung fu flicks. I'm like trying to tap into the culture. I'm trying sushi for the first time. I'm going to the Japanese steakhouses that could shit on Benihanas. Like these Japanese steakhouses out there that I was going to, unreal, bro. Yeah. Like eating fish fresh out the water that I didn't even know they could taste like that. Like it's just blowing my mind. And then it's like They like, hey, we need an operator to go to South Korea. Boom, now I'm in South Korea for 3 months, but it's the winter time.
Right.
I ain't realized this is how the Korean War was fought. Like, I'm oblivious to this shit, how cold it is in South Korea in the winter times. I'm talking about you can spit on the ground, that shit freezing by the time it slept it. You know, like it's cold.
What?
Cold.
Damn.
Cold. I'm out in Pyeongtaek in South Korea. Cold, bro. February, March, and April.
Was it threats from North Korea at that time?
Oh, they was getting lit.
Kim Jong-un
They was getting
then.
lit. He was still, he was running. I went to that DMV, that demilitarization zone, the DMZ.
Yeah.
Oh, they pointing the missiles right at South Korea, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't no rest. They police, like how we got police patrolling like our streets, like in cars. They police don't patrol like that. They outside in whole platoons walking with batons.
Yeah.
In military fashion, like
straight in line.
Tight. Yeah, it's a whole different culture. Like they gotta be so in check because at any moment that shit can hit the fan. That shit can hit the fan.
Why,
bro.
like what makes this shit hit the fan like this, bro? Like
one of them sentries can flinch. You know what I'm saying? Because they sentries face each other at the line, like at the border. So they like mirroring each other. Like you could flinch wrong and some shit could go off. Yeah, it's that serious
That's
out
tense,
there.
bro.
It's that serious out there though. Like it's wild. But
That's crazy.
Again, like being out there, I got to see how that market worked. Like knowing how you got the beauty supply, healthcare, like the knockoff brand stuff, the Korean like massage stuff. Like you got all of these entities that are presented in that part of the world, and then you coming back to America after you left fucking Wellston.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like now I'm back outside. I'm trying to find my boys and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro, I just spent the year in Japan. Them niggas like, konnichiwa, motherfucker. Like, you don't give a fuck, nigga. Can you smoke yet? Them niggas like, can you smoke yet, nigga?
Right.
Like, nah, nigga, can't.
Yeah.
But they was just trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just showed how I was like advancing and like they was just still in the same shit that they was on when I was back in high school.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just was moving me into a space of like, I'm maturing, I'm learning more about myself, I'm growing as a man, and I'm like really focusing on like what this shit could look like if like I start thinking long-term goals from like this point.
Right.
Cause like I just knew I wasn't gonna do 20 years in that shit because I could just tell they was just trying to kill us. I'm like, y'all got us in dangerous situations and shit. Like my second deployment was like I was on a MU, a Marine Expeditionary Unit.
Okay.
So I was on the USS Ogden. They decommissioned the ship, but around then like we was just taking the ship from like California to like Hawaii to Australia to like Singapore, like going to the Middle East basically. But you just on a fucking ship like with a fleet.
Yeah.
Because the Marine Corps is basically a department of the Navy.
Right.
So you attached to the Navy. So when we got to move, we move with the Navy and shit. We got to ship this shit. We driving the trucks on the ship and we shipping it for real. So when it's sharks in the water, you shouldn't fuck with Marines. Because you might be trying to like fish and you might not found clout the trout. You might fuck around and catch a shark.
Yeah.
Like you might fuck around and catch a shark if you fishing in the wrong waters. And I learned that shit being out at sea. So
that's crazy.
Them deployments just kind of put me in a different mindset of like, oh, this is why Forrest Gump got on the boat. Life gonna bring you some storms.
It was some bad shit on that motherfucker?
Oh, I done seen some flying fish, hurricanes, typhoons. I done seen it all in that ocean.
Like
in that Pacific. In that Pacific, boy, that's the worst. That's your worst enemy. That water don't care about you.
You said that Pacific.
Don't let it be. Don't
real.
be out there. Don't be in no fucking Pacific Ocean under no full moon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Straight up. Huh?
If you in the middle of the Pacific on a full moon by the equator, you gonna meet your maker.
That's crazy, bro.
Cause it's tugging. It's water.
Yeah.
It's energy, bro. It's pulling that shit work, bro.
Yeah.
That's why life is nothing but a motherfucking manifest.
Yeah.
Like you got to be on the manifest before you can get on or off the ship.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to move, if you want to port, you want to dock your shit, you got to have a document.
Okay.
And we documentarians, you know what I'm saying? We documenting shit. Let the shit come out. Let us elaborate.
Yeah.
On the shit we putting on the manifest.
Hey, exactly. Straight up.
I told you I got segues,
Straight
dog.
up. Hey, you got segues, dog. Straight up.
I don't be like talking about the same thing for too long, but I be trying to figure out how to get out of the move on to the next question.
Yeah, dog. So let's talk about building relationships. What's some advice you can give to people who have a hard time building relationships? Like, I'm an introvert.
Okay.
So it'd be hard for me to like cultivate a relationship after the initial, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've been studying the shit. They like, just find out something interesting that they're interested in.
Yeah.
Learn about that and talk to them about that.
Mm-hmm.
But what's some other shit that you could do?
The follow up, bro. Like in any kind of, I used to listen to Dale Carnegie,
Mm-hmm.
how to win friends and influence people and shit type shit.
Yeah.
Them self-help books are like that motivate, even like the Pac Chakra, you know what I'm saying? Just reading them type of books of like people that know how to continue watering the plant after they plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if depending on how much you want out of that plant, like how much fruit you want it to bear,
Okay.
you're gonna give it that much attention.
Right.
And a lot of times you gotta like compartmentalize like that relationship with a person. Like, you gotta tell yourself like, yo, I ain't reached out to this person in a minute. Let me tap in with them.
Right.
And then again, it's all commerce. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we running up money, I gotta make sure your money flow moving like my money flow moving. If at one point we was getting money together.
Right.
Because if we not getting money no more, at least let me know that so I can stop doing business with you.
Okay.
But if we still out here getting money, let me know if it's more money to get made.
Right.
Because if I got some money I can make, and I know you got some money you can make, we both get some money together.
Right.
That's kind of how, even, shouts out to Queen Mocha Latte, man.
Yeah.
She taught me like,
this nigga, she is a legend, dog.
she a legend.
Hey, dude, she said the same thing. I'm
She
gonna sit down with her. I'm
legend,
gonna have to
bro.
talk to her, dog, flat out.
She a legend, bro.
Straight up. Flat out.
It's legendary. I ain't gonna say it's a legendary friendship, but like being able to have a direct line of her.
Yeah.
If I need some advice on something, or if I need mentorship, or like just even that big sister or somebody that I know that has actually done what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
She just be perfect. She always just know exactly what the situation is and know how to execute it damn near the right way and the wrong way. Cause she'll tell you what happened if you don't do it this way. And then she'll tell you what's gonna happen if you do it that way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you can go this way and this gonna happen, or you can go this way and this gonna happen.
Right.
So it's like a little bit more than just guessing. I'm like, oh, okay, if you already know the outcome, let's get this income.
Right.
Bars.
Hold it. Straight up. Okay. We gonna end with this. Is it the difference between poetry and spoken word? Because to me, that's the same thing.
It's a big difference.
To me, they're the same thing. That's why I'm asking you, because I know you know.
Big difference, bro.
What's the difference?
I think the difference is, for me personally, poetry is something you have to actually invest like a lot of your spirit into. Like, you have to pour into poetry.
Okay.
Spoken word is what's pouring out of you.
Okay. So spoken word is basically a freestyle.
Not necessarily a freestyle, but more so
a verbal document.
It's the paint on the canvas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But it's what the paint on the canvas is telling you.
Okay.
The poetry is just the paint.
Right.
But the actual paint on the canvas and the story that it's saying is the spoken word.
Okay.
So that's the voice that you're hearing as you reading the poem.
Okay.
But it's you bringing that to life as an artist. So like you become the spoken word artist.
Right.
You're no longer the poet.
Right.
Because you have a poet that won't even read their work. They'll just publish it.
Yeah.
Or put it in a book. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, or just have it documented just to have like be it Emily Dickinson or Henry David Thoreau. You know, these are poets. Like, I used to grow up watching Dead Poets Society.
Okay.
So in my mind, it's like, okay, to call yourself a poet, you at least got to have something written down and left behind so somebody else can read. But not until you get into the realm of speaking that poem and turn it into spoken word.
Okay.
That it becomes a spoken word piece.
Okay, so spoken word is basically bringing poetry to life.
Just bringing it to life. Yeah, it's interjecting the storytelling of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's the soul of the poetry.
Okay.
Like it's what it's actually really saying from like live and direct from the person that wrote it.
Yeah.
So it can't just be like performative or it's not just a monologue. Like it's like no, I'm like
this is the meaning behind why I wrote that.
Right. Like and I only really say this because the poets that I've kind of come up listening to, like shouts out to Quincy True, like the elders, like being at Hand Me a Blue is like 77th birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
And like Quincy Troop saying that we could rehearse all of these poems that I would write getting ready for the show.
Uh-huh.
And then once we would get to the show, we would do none of that. We would just be up there because they jazz musicians.
Yeah.
So they just feeding off the energy of how they feeling.
Yeah.
And they just rehearsing basically just to make sure that they can get it right if they need a template. But when they get on that stage and just letting it loose,
yeah,
that's why I start sounding like the last poets or like Amiri Baraka or like those kind of like I guess pieces. Like it turns from a poem to a piece.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. Like a spoken word artist can make a piece, but a poet can only write a poem.
Yeah. And all y'all poets out there talking about y'all spoken wordists.
Yeah, y'all spoken word artists out there. Y'all spoken word artists out there talking about y'all MCs, man. And 1, 2, 3, it's kind of dangerous to be an MC.
Elaborate.
I flame Eric, man. This Hennessy, dog, I'm telling you.
Oh, shit. All right, man. What you got coming up, man? Tell the people
man,
where to find you at.
You can find me on Instagram. I am Corey Black on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok, Corey_Black. Poetic Justice Live on Instagram as well. We got Poetic Justice coming back with the Kranzberg Arts Foundation 2025. We back doing a monthly residency, so
yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of poetry, poets and R&B, poetry and brunch. We doing poets on the roof, poets on the corner, poets in the park, like just a lot of program. I don't want to call it program. It was just a little bit more like activations.
Yeah,
with just getting poets more involved with the music kind of eruption that's happening in St. Louis right now.
Yeah, man. What you think about the evolution of St. Louis, man? How it's like,
bro, it's
soccer
beautiful.
stadium, like it's beautiful. Restaurants popping up everywhere. It's after hour spots popping up everywhere.
I love to see it. Like I really enjoy seeing the city. Coming back from Brooklyn, like in 2019, I kind of was like, okay, cool. How's shit gonna look after COVID? Like, what's the city gonna really look like after all of this shit is when we get back outside?
Yeah.
And to kind of see the transformation, it's been kind of like a little bit like on some, man, it's still looking like Denver or Austin or Nashville. Like it's looking like a more like they keeping up or catching up to the advanced times or whatever, where it don't feel like we stuck in the past no more.
Yeah.
And I love seeing y'all ride for Sexy Red.
Yeah.
I love seeing everybody ride for Met. Like the whole ordeal with like Metro Boomin being from St. Louis and like tapping in and like Sexy getting up out of here and tapping in and like being in that side of the industry.
Yeah.
But just knowing that it's trickling into all of the facets of everything else coming out of St. Louis.
Yeah. And
like
Jason Tatum in Boston.
Jason Tatum.
And
it's all synced into the fabric. And like, I guess, I don't know, like maybe that is why we are what we are, because we got two rivers flowing into like the city. So we can kind of pull from this stream or this flow, and it still feel like it's coming from the same place because it's still a place of misery. And it's like we can make it turn into something. Like I don't know if that's what it is about St. Louis, how we could just flip shit and just make it work for us and come out champions and come out at like with so many world championships, like so many World Series pennants, like, you know what I'm saying? We actually got it in us to like actually know how to become a championship city, where like some cities can't even root for stuff like that. They don't even got nobody like flying they fucking flag for them when they go outside. Like they really just gotta just keep looking for that. When we're here, we got it, and it's like we can just keep cultivating and making more of it. Like we ain't gotta figure out how to find the starter kit. Like we on the upgraded versions of them.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, like
because we got it with, you know, if you look back in, like we got it with the Lunatics and Nelly and them.
Yeah, and
then it's just be like generational. That's generational wealth too. Like them breaking generational curses too when you opening up new doors.
Yeah,
instead of just keeping them locked.
Yeah,
like,
and St. Louis is like we stand for what we stand for, and it's on every level.
Yeah.
So like we said earlier, St. Louis clicked up.
Oh yeah.
But if you niggas come against the Lou,
come on, man.
we will click up together on you.
I'm telling you,
real fast. Please, it won't be no blurred lines at that point. Like,
look, I put it in the group chat. I'm calling it St. Lunification.
Yeah, you gotta get that trademark.
I got to. Yeah. And you heard it here first on Elaborate.
Yeah, right. Because I tell you.
St. Louisification. St. Louisification.
Hey, the Cardinals be turned that into a goddamn baseball down your ass. God, be making money with your shit.
But y'all know what y'all, come on, deep inside, everybody in the city like that be on like that kind of, like, y'all know where y'all be getting it from, man. Like, y'all know I'm the genie that be coming out when y'all need a little wish.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm going to come up with something cool, something
slogan.
clever. You need a little slogan. I'll tap in with you. Like, and I don't mind it because I know it's a gift.
Yeah.
Like, I know that that's part of the poetry. Like, oh, I know how to flip words. Let me not only flip them, let me marry them.
Yeah.
Let me see what words look good together.
Yeah.
St. Lunification.
St. Lunification, man.
Come on.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Make sure you follow Corey Black on all social media platforms, and you ain't got on YouTube, but follow him on iTunes. He got a song on YouTube. I'm about to play it. It's lit.
It's lit.
When you gonna drop some more music, man?
Again, we dropping music with the new poetry events next year.
Okay.
So we got the Poets and R&B. I'm tapping into more of a not saying flowetry, but like some R&B type vibes with the music, and like not the hip hop, but just like some adult like the vibes on the goody goody. I just want to have like some 2-step. Like that's gonna be the vibe of the album. Like it's gonna be something where the 30-pluses can have something to kick back to, listen to on a vibe. Yeah. Pour something to drink and have some, like,
smoke you a cigar.
Yeah. Just tune out, listen to something clever.
And that's the thing, like, every vibe can't be explained.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta witness the new stuff.
But every vibe can be experienced. You know what I'm saying?
And look, if you can't experience the explanation, guess what we gonna have to do?
Playing with me. I'm out here.
Hey, if you can't experience the explanation, you gotta elaborate.
Elaborate.
Y'all be good.
Y'all stay up. Yo,
flat out.
Courtney, I love you. Daddy loves you.
This On My Mind by Corey Black. Shout out to you for making your daddy fuck with you for voting. You feel me?
Hey, yeah. You gotta listen to the kids, y'all. If don't nothing else, listen to the youth. They will lead the way.
Yeah, hold them down.
Hold them down.
The plane to San Juan. You ain't even know.
Elaborate.
The situation between us was getting heavy, and I just stopped looking for a reason. See, maybe I could blame it on my own flaws, but that'll probably sound like an excuse. Or maybe I should lie about it all, but I know you wanna know the truth. But fuck it, I was faithful to you even when you changed up. Attitude switching every time they bring your name up. Still got feelings for you, not enough to ever come back. I'm focused on the tour dates, merchandise and contracts. How you gon' wild out? How you gon' act like you ain't did nothing wrong with me? I'm just a bad guy, lashing out on everybody, all because I'm going through it with you. It's hard to settle down with all my abandonment issues. When it's so good, I just wait for it to hurt. Why you think that I don't try to put in that much work? I know that you gon' hurt. I know you don't deserve it. Would you tell me what lie? Would you tell me what I? Would you?
Elaborate.